So when do you need to change needles on a serger? So this is one thing I'm going to have to confess. A lot of times serger needles just get used and used until something happens, like the needle breaks or thread breaks. And that's probably going to be true in your sewing room too, unless you're changing fabrics. Then changing fabrics is probably going to warrant maybe a bigger needle or a smaller needle, depending if you're going to heavier fabrics or thinner fabrics. Even Lycra, you might want to put a stretch needle in. So on this serger, you are guided in your book to use a system number HAX1 SP, and that is the same as a home sewing machine needle. So the key is that when you change your needles, it's when you are starting to have trouble. If you find yourself not getting the stitch you're looking for, change your needle. Don't forget to clean too, that'll make a difference. Good quality thread can make a difference too. When you do put the needles in, that the left one is higher than the right one. So do make sure that that's the case. I know I only have one needle in here because we're about ready to do a rolled hem. I've taken out the left needle, but when I go to put it back in, I am going to use the little tool that came in the accessory box. I can drop that back in here. That helps keep the flat side to the back. Put the point down first and lift it straight up beside its friend, loosening the screw at the top, and that's the L, loosening it until you feel like it pops up high enough. Check the height. The higher one should be on the left, and then tighten it in place. So again, I'll usually change, if I'm changing needles, I'll change one at a time. Take this out, put a new one in, and then I can check the height, and then take out the right one, and then put the new one in and check the height. And that way you always make sure you get those all the way up. That is a common problem that we do run into. Serger owners don't always get it high enough, and if there's no needle in there to reference, you don't know if you did or not. So I always like to check before I'm like good to go. I get a thumbs up, and then I know my needle is in the correct position. So until you have problems, you're probably gonna just keep serging, I know, but eventually change your needles if you're having any trouble whatsoever with the serger.